Many of the documents needed from the doctor's office are received by fax. We are going to discuss faxing in this video and how to customize a document. First, you are going to log into your email, and that will look like this. In here, you will be putting in email.medequipped.com. It will open up to here, and your email address would be tori@medequipped.com, and your password is medequipped1. Looks like this, and you will sign in. Once signing into Office Alley, you would make sure to click Outlook, and you can now send faxes. How you would send faxes is as follows. You would click New, and in here you would put in the to thing. You would do the fax number of the doctor. So let's use an example. You would do the number of the fax of the doctor at rcfax.com. That is how we, and then you would click use this address. That is how we fax something, by doing the phone number at rcfax.com, and it will come to them as a fax. Now, notice that in the subject line, that is what will come in the cover sheet. Nothing you put in the actual body of the email will come to them at all. Only what is in the subject line and what you attach. So in the subject, you would attach, let's say, for example, attention Rita, and then anything that you attach from here, from the documents, will come up, and then you would press send, and then it would send it to this phone number as a fax number. Now, that is just how you fax. Again, keep this blank always. Now we are going to talk about, and we're going to follow this document, we're going to talk about how you would send faxes for each type of document that you're looking for. So the first one would be the element that we talked about. All you would do is you would attach the element in that email. So going back to this email address, in here you would just attach the element, which would be, we talked about how an element looks like, so you'd be used to that, but you would attach this element, and you would send it to them, and in the subject line, okay, and it says it right here, so you can keep following back to this. In the subject line, you would write attention so-and-so, obviously it would be whichever person you're speaking to. Please have the doctor write I concur on the bottom, print their name, sign, and date. And then you would press send for that fax. Okay, so you wrote something in the subject line, you attached something to the email, and you press send. The second thing is the face-to-face. Now, very often you're going to do these two things together. So in which case, you would attach what we call the cover page. So in your Dropbox, when you open up your Dropbox over here and you look at Medequipped, it's called the sample cover page. Okay, so this is a cover page that you're going to be sending to the doctor. Now, the sample cover page looks as follows. What I want you to notice is that this is what you would be sending to the doctor. So you would not actually, you have to customize this before you send it to the doctor. So you would customize it, save it in the patient's file, and save it in the patient's file, and then attach it to your fax that you're sending out. Please notice in here that there are a lot of these kinds of these little dotted lines. Those mean that you need to customize it for the patient. And in here, I left you a list of what needs to be customized. The doctor's name, the patient's date of birth, the date of the patient's scheduled face-to-face, the diagnosis. So if you look over here, these are all the lines: the doctor's name, the patient's name, patient's date of birth, etc. So first you would fix this, you would save it to the patient's file, and then you would attach it to the doctor, because in there the actual cover page says, please find the letter of medical necessity, please state I concur, sign, print the name, and include the following information in your chart note for the patient visit scheduled for date, whatever the date is. And then it says what exactly is needed in that chart note you do not actually have to put anything into the subject line of your email except for, back to that email, except for attention so-and-so. You don't have to write, please do this or please do that, because you did all that when all you're doing is attaching. In that situation, you attach the cover page, and then you would also attach the element, because in this cover page, we asked for the element to be signed. Okay, that is the face-to-face. That's before the face-to-face happens. However, if 2 days go by and you did not receive the face-to-face document, now you want to follow up with the doctor. You want to say, hi, I didn't receive this document. So what we do is request it. So that request in Dropbox is actually going to be called the face-to-face documentation, the request for it, called request for face-to-face documentation. And once again, you would first have to customize it. So if you open it up, it says, Dear Dr. So-and-so, regarding so-and-so, date of birth so-and-so, can you please provide your recent chart note from the face-to-face with the patient mentioned above? The chart note should include, and it gives the same 4 things. Remember, you have to fill out the diagnosis in here, but it includes all those things, and it says, please fax your signed chart note. So you would send in a request after they had the actual face-to-face. So although these are 2 separate faxes, and all you would do for that fax is attach it, just that one cover page. You don't attach anything else, and you would just write in the subject line, attach attention so-and-so. Okay, I hope I'm being clear. The third document that you're requesting from the doctor is the 7-element prescription. We just discussed that in the previous video. In order to fax a request for this, and remember, you should always refer to everything I'm talking about here by document. Just look at it across from what you're doing, and hopefully you can just follow along step by step. In order to fax a request for this, in the subject line you would write attention so-and-so, whoever you're talking to. Attached, please find a sample 7-element prescription along with a blank. Please have the doctor fill it out and fax or email back. Okay, you would then attach a blank 7-element prescription, which you would find in the MedEquipped folder. And you do not fill out the 7-element yourself. Rather, email Shia and request he fill out a sample copy for the patient. He will send it to you, and you will attach that as well to the doctor. When you have both attachments, you can send. So your email would actually look like blank, blank, blank at rcfax.com. And in here, you would be saying, please fill out blank 7-element using the, whatever. I already wrote it in that other paper, but you could use whatever wording you want. Please fill out the blank 7-element using the attached sample. Please have the doctor handwrite it, sign, and date, or something like that. I actually like this a little bit better than how I wrote it. I'm gonna change it. Over here. Okay. In any case, you would then attach, so then you're saying you're attaching both of those things and pressing send. The last thing that you would ever have to fax over is the DPD document, which we talked about in the previous video as well. And in that, you will just be faxing a request for the doctor's signature. So in this, that's a very simple one. In the subject line, you would write, over here, you would write, please have doctor sign a date, attached document, attention so-and-so, please have whatever doctor sign, and you would attach the DPD that Shia would send you, which would say, Arno DPD or whoever the patient is, and you would send it like this and press send. And that is how we fax. You also will receive faxes into this email, which there are all these emails previously that do not matter because they're from a previous person, but everything moving forward you will keep track of.